Hello beautiful fans and friends, welcome to JulietJules channel. If today is your first time of being here, hello and welcome. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. So today I bring you the reason or the shocking revelation behind the passing of Olerioluwa Olademeji, popularly known as MohBad, who recently passed away. And this revelation is shocking. Naira Marley allegedly has a hand of the passing of this guy, Demeji or MohBad. And for those of you who do not know the story of MohBad, MohBad is a Nigerian singer who recently passed away by slumping to death. A lot of speculation has shown on the internet. Some people say because he was beaten, and a lot of people also say that recently he had a show, and during that show somebody actually touched him with African magic, or which is normally called juju, and there is a video circulating showing that hand that was touching him. But the reason behind all this still point finger to one person who happened to be his record label boss, who is Naira Marley. For those of you who do not know Naira Marley is also a Nigerian artist and also have a record label, and he was the actual boss of this guy. The guy decided to move on, or tell him that he does not want to be with him. He does not want him to manage his music anymore, that he want to move to another record label, and this caused a lot of fight. I just want to read what JulietJules actually posted recently on their social media page, revealing the secret behind the popular artist MohBad death. So I'm just gonna read a story of Olerioluwa Olademeji Oloba, popularly known as MohBad / Omole. Hello to a GLB nation. It's with so much pain I am typing this. The reason is that this boy really fought hard. He tried so hard. He gave death a tough time, but death won at last. MohBad was one of the young street boy who rose to stardom from the street of Ikorodu. You know, those days of making a free style and boom, it goes viral online. Here are some of the throwback video of his early life, which I am playing here as well.
I'm still on point. Motidi Akule bro. And then it took me the Joma Loki. They got a Dashaka Joma Loki. Bashiri me table yellow jaju. Ashiri me to allow a Joma Loki. I love Alpha. Badena Jakpa. Pepe dem. Ata. Oma say ma she be takpa. No more sufficient fun. As it go for no more sufficient fun. No more sufficient fun. No more sufficient fun. No more sufficient fun. As it go for no more sufficient fun. No more sufficient fun.
So I continue to read from where I stopped. One way or the other, his video freestyle video went viral. It was noticed and got signed to a record label named Nigerian Music, owned by a certain Packham drug lord named Aziz Fashola Naira Marley. Alongside Imole, Aziz signed other young artists too, and turning was going on smoothly in the record label. Little did they know that there is more to just being in the record label and signing songs alone. Since the record label is owned by a drug lord, there was some certain sacrifice you need to do so as to stay relevant in the record label. First is you are initiated into a peddling of drugs. Second is you will also take an oath of secrecy, never to reveal things going on in the label. Their boss, who is now an ambassador of NDLE, so NDLE is the Nigerian Drugs Enforcement Agency, trained them all, and they were doing so well, taking and peddling the drug. Then it got to the level of secrecy hold, and MohBad refused. Zino and some other artists in the record label did all the necessary right, with MohBad refused. They gave him some time. They gave him time to have a written. During those time, they sidelined him. The record label boss left him useless in the label, but was promoting Zino back to back. He even gave out one of his street sister to Zeno make him the knack things. One, that's why you see Zeno dropping hit and looking like a rag. His life is under the control of the label and he has come even opt out. MohBad started complaining that he needs promotion too, that Naira can't be promoting Zeno alone and leave him hanging. That's the beginning of their fight. It was from one argument to another, it got worse that they got physical. Most time, Naira hate to be challenged so bad, but MohBad was always the only one challenging him in that label, aside his record label boys. And it continued. This story is really long, but I'm just going to try and read as much as I could. And if you want to see the full story, you have to read also on Gist Lover page. So he continued to say here, aside his record label boys, he has other young boys he recruits who helps in carrying out his drug business. One thing led to the other. He started restricting MohBad from going out alone. If he goes out, he sees people trailing him. It was that bad. He then confided in some of his friends and they told him to run for his dear life. If not, it's a lifetime contract or they would take him. So there is a video going viral that MohBad himself came onto social media to show us that he was being beaten by Marley's boys. So I'm just going to continue to read. It says here, he then confided in some of his friends and they told him to run for his dear life. If not, it's a lifetime contract or they take his life. On hearing that, he summoned Naira Marley that he wanted to leave the record label. That was the beginning of the nightmare. Naira refused, saying he can't just opt out like that. This generated into a serious argument and MohBad was beaten like blue black by Naira Marley boys. One of his arm even got broken in the process. Bella was in the know of all this happening. He was updating Bella how things were going. He managed to stay in the record label for a month more. Then one evening he wrote a letter as advised by a friend, trying to make it official that he wanted to leave the record label. Naira Marley tore the letter right in front of him and walked him out. That night, MohBad said he was done and walked out of his boss, Naira. Naira, on the other hand, seeing that he like this boy don't mean business, he went out to plan with the NDLEA, which is also Nigeria Drugs Enforcement official, to come raid MohBad so that even when they will finally fall out and MohBad tried to say all he knows, people will call him a drug addict and not pay attention to his word. Luckily, the day when NDLEA raided their house, he went on live and spilled some things, but Naira was ready for damage control. He said it was drug. That is part of what Gist Lover is written on their page, and I'm just going to continue to read here. So it says here, it was drug that made him say such things, and he has abused drugs a lot. He was taken to the hospital after the NDL saga, even though nothing was wrong with him. Few days after he was discharged, his team reached out to me and said he was contemplating suicide, that I should please save them from Naira, that they are small boys try to fend for themselves. I told him to write another letter and send to Naira. If he tear it or not this time around, it's on him. They wrote the letter and sent me a copy. After I got the letter, I then wrote a warning post. I don't know if anyone remember. I did a warning post telling Naira to leave MohBad alone. So that is what Gist Lover said on their page, to say that this incident has been ongoing and that Naira Marley was warned at a particular time to leave this boy alone. It is not a do or die. If somebody you sign a contract with somebody and the person come back to say that, okay, he does not want to be on your record label, it is high time for you to just say, okay, maybe there is a money involved. Maybe you sue the person to pay you part of the percentage that they make if you are the one that actually make them to become popular or make them to become who they are, rather than you going in the back corner threatening this boy life. There was a time this boy did one of the video of his friends saying that he was trying to commit suicide because of all these things happening, and even the boy actually mentioned on one of his video that he have hypertension. This hypertension can be caused by so many things: worried, unnecessary anxiety, fear of even going out on its own, or even being able to get his job performance, or being able to perform in the public. He also mentioned MohBad also mentioned on one of his videos that whenever he's trying to get a deal, people will say the showbiz will actually say, okay, we have to call your boss, which happened to be Naira Marley. And when they call, they will say, no, he can't perform because he has a problem. He's into this or that. I don't know how this story is, but we just pray that this boy will rest in peace, that he has gone through a lot in his life, in his young age, that he's supposed to live a life of peace, a life of free life of peace. But then there is not, this happened to him all this sudden. It's a pity that this guy go this way. And we pray that God will avenge whatever it is. If this is what this guy called Naira Marley is doing, if it's true, which we don't know, is allegedly that Naira Marley has been tormenting this boy, or has been sending his boy to torment this boy in one way or the other. It might not be physically, it might be spiritually. We can see that they said somebody touched him, allegedly touched this guy with juju. Another video says that he was beaten. So there are so many things. We pray that he has suffer a lot in life, that God please will help him to rest in perfect peace, and that whoever person that contributed to his early demise, that God will avenge for him. That is the story for today. Thank you, my people, for watching this video to the end. What are your take and your opinion? Please feel free to leave it in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so that I can continue to bring you the latest. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.